Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today is another lesson in insanity. And what you're about to see, and I thought this is very important to watch, is a British man being arrested by British police for criticizing the hanging of Palestinian flags in his neighborhood. The video before this, you see this man walking around with his, I assume an iPhone or a smartphone, taking video footage of all these flags hanging in his neighborhood. And this distresses him. It is a foreign entity that is hanging flags. It is a non-nation state, a de facto non-nation state, affiliated with various terrorist organizations, and he is criticizing the hanging of these flags. And by doing that and then posting it to Facebook, this is what happened. Here we go.
No.
And to protect a vulnerable person, by means of building this impose that you do not attend any events involved with Palestine, okay? The reasons why we did this is on the 17th of the 10th of 2023, on Bethel Green Road at 10:04, you were witnesses saying, obviously, people, why are they over here, etc., we let them into our country, etc.
So, big deal.
Yes, okay.
So, big deal.
On the television.
Saying it.
So essentially, the officer, if that's what you want to call him, there is something here in the United States called officer discretion, and obviously that is not taking place in this instance. Now, the wife of this gentleman freely admits that, yeah, he was criticizing the hanging of these flags, does not agree with the hanging of these flags. As soon as the wife acknowledges that, this gentleman is then placed into handcuffs. Here we go. This is what's happening right now.
Take him. Disgusting. He's a disgusting. Absolute. I'm a stage 4 cancer patient and I need to here. Make a scene. His shoes make the scene. You're arresting him because he said something in the street about Hamas, a terrorist organisation.
You haven't been round the block. You don't know what you're talking about. John, have a custody.
Did you hear that?
What?
All those Palestinian flags in Bethnal Green Road, and they discussed it, absolutely discussed it. Why didn't you stop them?
John,
Why didn't you stop them?
John,
Don't just make my son don't.
Do you nothing in my pockets? Oh yeah, actually I do.
What have you got?
I have working equipment. I have.
Yeah, we're two Stanleys at the moment.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, I've got Stanleys in my pocket.
Okay, right. You've got them in your pocket, okay?
Let me, man. No, I want to see how many cops are outside. Yeah, I want. Could you let me back? I can go when I like.
No, you can't go to the other.
No, I'm not going to him. I'm going outside.
Take it down. Just take it down. Let them do what they're doing. They're just doing their job. It's not their fault.
I know it's not their fault to get past this.
It's just.
Have you got any health conditions?
Yeah, he has.
What health conditions?
Health
Do you have any
conditions.
medications or?
Yes.
What medication you got?
Let's have it very, very clear. We have the freedom of speech. If we want to be against Palestine, we will be.
I need to comment there. So in the United Kingdom, you don't have freedom of speech. They, along with Canada and in various states here in the United States, we have entered full-blown left-wing tyranny. This is what is happening. This is far left-wing tyranny. Apologize for that. Phone is ringing.
That's a problem. That's your problem.
I didn't even want to come at this time of Palestine. And you give people a fright all because it's a comment about Palestine. It's absolutely disgusting what's going on in this country. It's actually on TV.
You see the blasé attitude of this so-called police officer here? His indifference in terms of what he's doing or really not doing, in terms of his officer presence and his ability to interact with this distraught woman, the wife of this man who's being arrested for simply saying something that he disagrees with, and he has that right to disagree with that. But when you enter full-blown tyrannical rule, the likes of which is now in the United Kingdom, you don't have that opportunity.
It was on TV News. Exactly. It was on TV News. I can't believe these guys. This is disgusting. Absolutely. Oh my God. I can't take any more of this. I need my injections.
I see all that. You need to stop all that, yeah? You need to stop all that.
Take them away for nothing.
Yeah, I know. This is your freedom.
Just a side note as well. When law enforcement entities are operating in a state in which they are able to do this and they have no fear of repercussions, and I don't mean internal repercussions. I don't mean administrative repercussions by the agency. I mean the repercussions of the populace turning on these law enforcement agencies. If this were to happen here in the United States, again, depending on where it would happen, I would fear for my life if I was that law enforcement officer. He is operating outside the realm of human law. A person has certain rights, and they are defying those rights.
Look at the cops! Look at the cops!
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing!
Embarrassing.
Because he mentioned Palestine! Look at this! Look at this!
And it is embarrassing. How many officers are involved in the detainment of this individual? Probably half a dozen. Multiple officers. Wherein they could be being used to fight real criminal activity. But this is not what this is about. This is enforcing tyrannical rule.
Getting arrested because he mentioned Hamas on Facebook.
Yeah, we're all against terrorist organisations.
Yeah.
Sorry, unfortunately.
We don't like terrorists.
Yeah. We don't want terrorists in the country.
You can't have an opinion in this country.
You know, there are Palestinian flags flying down Refugee Road, and these guys are answering. Has he got medication? Taking these down to the police station because
See, on the flip side of this, if this couple were to have hung Israeli flags in this neighborhood, it would have been perfectly acceptable for Arabs, for people from the Middle East who are illegally residing in the United Kingdom, or even legally residing in the United Kingdom, to tear those flags down, tear those hypothetical Israeli flags down, and criticize the hanging of those flags, and there would be no repercussions. This is only being directed at one segment of society.
Medication.
Yeah.
Yes, they should have some medication.
Yeah.
Take it for him
Yeah.
if he needs it.
I'd rather you not take him.
Well, that's not good. So
Brian's going to report down there. Record them there.
So, you want to grab his medication?
Mate, go and grab his... I don't...
What's his medical conditions? What's he got?
He's got kidney disease.
Kidney disease.
Gully, 21 years old, black hair, grey tracksuit, wearing flip-flops.
So I would say at this point, it is reasonable for this society to turn on these law enforcement officers. This is what is eventually going to happen. They are going to start being targeted, especially if they live in the community and not in some fortified compound that you see in other despotic nation states. But these officers live in the community, and rightfully so, they are going to be targeted.
Change to Dunmore point E2, Dunmore point E2, the location change to.
Is that all he's got? Is it?
My mama knows about his afflictions more than I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to give her her medication, never mind my medication. And you have got me down there because of the comment and being known. What are you on about? What is wrong with your bloody humanity and your sense of things? You're completely off the planet in your sense of things. I don't care. I absolutely don't care. My family stage 4 cancer because I have an opinion. You guys are taking me to the police station. Is it a disgrace?
Now, I am going
to continue talking. I'm going to make sure that this is known about because these are idiots. These are absolutely as keystone cops. These are idiots.
Control 987.
Yeah, because I made a remark on National Green Road about the Palestinian flag. These guys here.
That's his sleeping tablet, that's his sertraplan, and that's his antidepressant.
Freedom of speech.
So sleeping tablet.
Yeah.
He'll know what all this is.
He'll know what it is.
Okay.
I could tell
This
him
is a political
because he's a bit...
Yeah, okay.
To be embarrassed at yourself. She's a disgrace. She's a disgrace. She's an absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's shown some civility, some sense of humanity.
Yeah, they made a comment against Hamas. They've arrested him.
all these cops.
Did you hear that? He said he made a comment against Hamas and they arrested him. That's essentially what is happening. Essentially. But again, if the shoe was on the other foot, okay, and this was an Arab Muslim couple that was actively protesting Israeli flags in their neighborhood, it would have been perfectly acceptable. But in this paradigm that we're living in right now, it is not okay for what this couple did.
A comment about Hamas, the terrorist group, they made a comment on Facebook, they came and arrested them for that. Yeah?
People being stabbed in... You hear over a comment, oh dear. Yeah. That's terrible.
I don't know if you heard that, but he's referring to individuals being stabbed for making comments on Facebook in support of Israel. And what he's trying to articulate is that these law enforcement agencies and entities in the United Kingdom are not prosecuting those crimes. They are stabbing, assaulting people in the United Kingdom for showing support for the Israelis, but arresting people who verbally oppose what is happening in their neighborhoods in terms of the hanging of non-nation state flags affiliated with terrorist entities.
Pathetic. Pathetic.
He's not even a crime anymore. What is wrong with you? He's a dealing with functional crime, man.
Anyway, so that is where we're at. Tell me what you think. Again, we're seeing this more and more in Canada. We're seeing it more and more in the United Kingdom. We're even seeing it here in the United States, especially on universities, in which mobs of university students are allowed to intimidate people who do not support the Palestinian cause. Insane times we're living in. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.